Okay, so welcome to Vulnerable Talk. I have my friend Stellaa Gee here finally.
Hi, my love.
So I don't know if you want to tell them your at name on Instagram so they could go follow you.
Hi, everyone. This is my besties. I'm Stellaa G. How are you? Clock it.
Okay, so finally I get to interview you, so I'm pretty excited. So, how are you? Let's start off there.
Okay, I'm good. I'm great. Praise God. I'm gonna say I'm great. I'm great. I'm alive. I'm alive. Praise God. I think that's a lot of things that a lot of people underrate that. It's just our life, our breath. So I'm alive. So I'm good. Thank you.
So, we're gonna kind of move backwards a little bit. I guess we could start off with like how we met, how we know each other.
Yes.
So Stella was a huge part of the LGBT community
Yes.
for so long, and I know that you dated a pretty big DJ in the LGBT community, which I want to get into that, like how that was. So a lot of people probably already know her, um, and the DJ, of course. Me and her actually met through her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Um, and I think like our first encounter
Mm-hmm.
was the whole party bus situation. There was a big old fight, and
I think it's like a lot of drama back then, like just a lot of drama because we were so much younger too.
yeah,
I think we're drunk, younger in the nightlife, but yeah, definitely we met on some on some drama, but we are not built on drama, which I love that about our friendship.
no, yeah, I know. I think yeah, no, for sure. Back then, it was like pretty crazy. I was like, oh my god, it was
Yeah. Yeah, I
always
agree.
something.
Yeah, but oh Lord, oh Lord. I feel like I have some like one of the rawest memories, and I feel like you never judged in general. Like I feel like I don't judge either, but I feel like you're one of
Yeah,
those friends for me that like never judge.
yeah,
But I feel like I remember waking up one time like I had no idea how we got to my fucking apartment with my ex. Well, I lived with her at the time. We lived together in that apartment. And I woke up in like a pink sweater next to you. We slept together. And I
yeah.
was like, what the fuck? What happened? And I'm all like chilling. And you're like, you were not mean or nothing, but you were just like, you don't remember? You tried to jump out the window. You were yelling at your ex's name. And I was just like, I went to knock on my like neighbor's door. I was like, oh my God, that was me a lot of times. But
Oh
yeah.
yeah, that was
And I
you.
remember looking at you like, girl, that's crazy. And you were just like, yeah. Anyways, like you're
Yeah, I know the first time we had hung out was a party bus, and then I think that was already like quite a few times into us like hanging out. There was an event had. If I say any names, it'll be bleeped
yeah,
out. Um, And I remember I had went and then you were there and then yeah, there was like a big like crash out. I remember between
yeah,
the two.
certified
I
crash
wasn't
out.
even gonna spend the night, but I think I just went into like super like drunk mom mode, trying to like help everybody. So I was
Mm-hmm.
like,
Mm-hmm.
um, but I remember you were very calm when you were talking to me that night. I remember that night. I remember we woke up the next day and like everything was good. Which is crazy. We've kind of just been friends ever since and still to
Yeah.
this day.
Yeah. Yeah, our
Um,
friendship has lasted pretty good. I love that.
So I feel like I know yours and your ex relationship pretty well, not 100%. Um, so how was it? Because I know now you're obviously you're with a man now,
Yeah.
and then before you were with you were with her for so long,
Yeah,
and
for
then I
real
know
too.
during that time you were dancing, she was a DJ, and how your life was in that moment when all of
Yeah,
that
for
was going
sure.
on. So I want to kind of dive into that on
Yeah.
your life then.
Yeah, I met her when I was really young. I had already been with a girl like 2, 3 years prior to meeting her. I was 21 when I did meet her. I do remember like literally meeting her the day after I turned 21, and I went to this like my first, I think it was, no, it wasn't my first time there, but it was one of the first gay clubs I'd ever been to. Girls Locker Room.
Can't forget
Oh
about girls' locker
Lord,
room.
oh gosh. Anyways, so that was I went there and I remember like seeing her. I actually had like bag air, like I had other girls on me, but I remember going to like an after party, and like I had a crush on her. That was like the start of 6 years of toxic cycle. There was like brief moments for sure that I would say were probably overall like not, I wouldn't even call them like happy moments because I feel like like overall knowing what real happiness is now, I don't even want to say that those are happy moments, but I will say that they were educational moments now looking back at them, or now like that I had already lived through them. They definitely were learning. Like I feel like she was more of a karmic like lesson
Yeah.
more than like something special. You get what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? Like it was portrayed for sure as like, I think it was really portrayed as like me being the crazy person, or like the dramatic person, or the crazy ex, or whatever it was, like all over like the nightlife industry. Because
Mhm.
like you said, she was a DJ, she was a tattoo artist, and she was like virally and like socially known more than anything, right? So like in the social group, there was a lot of things that I didn't feel like putting out there, because there was like a lot of times where she would be like, "You're just trying to ruin my reputation. You want to ruin my career," and I didn't want to do that. And then when I finally did start to do that and like post stuff like, "Oh, she's cheating," or "Oh, look at how she talks to me," like I think I was doing it like not even trying to ruin her future most of the time, because there was for sure times where we were playing this petty ass game, and like for sure, her career was on the stepping stool. Like, she would come at me with things that were super important, like my child, so for her that was her child. So it was like boom, so rarely did it ever work and stuff, but either way, like I said, like I would post online and like try to, I guess, look for people to shake me out of my nonsense, like leave her, leave each other, like you guys are bad. And so I would post that stuff, and I feel like people would still think like, no, like you're the drama one, because she wouldn't, she would keep herself on a really professional level. Like I don't think you've ever seen her post about, like you never would see her post our drama on her page. You know what I mean?
Okay.
She's very professional. I'll give her that. Like she can keep her shit on social media good. So I don't know. I think like I don't want to say too much of the stuff that happened.
Yeah.
There definitely was a lot of bad moments. Um, and it's not always the other person's fault. Like I wouldn't say it was always her fault
Yeah.
at all. There was a lot of times where it was my fault. There was a lot of times where I cheated, she cheated. You know what I mean? It was just it's 6 years. You can imagine 6 years from 21 to like 26. I literally was entangled sexually, mentally, emotionally with this woman. Jail time did not separate us. She went to jail for me. I over me. I went to jail for her, over her. Both ended up in the same jail cell at one point, and
Yeah.
walked out and went home together. And that still didn't stop
Dang.
us. So it's not recommendable for sure. I would never call that happy, because I feel like I would be highlighting something that others would might see as like worth fighting for.
Yeah.
Um, and I just wish I didn't.
Yeah.
Like it sucks, but and it's emotional because you waste a lot of time, but like it's like it's not even worth a tear, because girl, you did me dirty, but I did you dirty back. And I think that was it. Just hurts because it's like that's like that's like lack of self-love. Like that's just all it is. It's like two people that didn't love each other enough to say like we're fucking each other over for like no reason, or we're calling it love.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like we know better. Like whatever, there's more than one reason, or there's just one, but we know that it's too strong of a reason to get over. Whether that be like whatever it was. And there was a lot of reasons for us. Like it was not just, it was a lot of reasons. It was a lot. Like
Yeah. It was like you guys had this like connected trauma bond.
it was hard. Like it was just so many people try to separate us. Like I can't even. People started like to even not want to be around us, because they were just like, oh my god, you guys will not leave each other. Like you guys
Mhm.
will always choose each other, and you guys just keep ruining everything around each other. And it did take for me to. I ended up leaving. I was the last one that broke up. Like so, it was always an on and off thing. But I was the last one, and it was hard because neither one of us wanted to like fully leave. Like I would leave, and then she would like want me back, and then like she would leave, and she would leave. We would leave, like go off and fuck other people, and like all that. Um, and then would come back. Would come back and like obsess over each other for like months or however long, weeks, sometimes days. And then it was like really bad, like really, really bad. And for like me, it's just like there was more important things on the line than a career. It was like a child. I had my own child from my own teen mom pregnancy. So I do feel like I wasted a lot of time for him, for sure. I do regret a lot of things with her, but overall, like I learned a lot. I was a dancer. That didn't make our relationship any better. She was a tattoo artist. That did not make our relationship any better. I mean, I guess insecurities play a big part of it on both ends.
Yeah.
Like it just had to have been, we were both very insecure. And we were, because I got to get insecure about like her tattooing like someone's ass, and she'd get super insecure about me going to go dance
Yeah.
at a strip club. So I was like, I don't know. Like it was just always, it was bad. But um like I'm grateful for the things it's taught me. It taught me a lot about, I guess, what I wanted in life. It brought a lot out of my creativity that I always had since I was a child. So it was like seeing her in her element. She's very creative, very type of, edgy person. So that really helped me find so much passion in so many things that I probably would have never dabbled into. So I give credit to that relationship, but I don't know if I feel like it's destined. Everything for each person has its own reason, I think.
Mhm.
Um, and I don't think they're always good. Some might just have to be fucking bad for some fucking reason for our own self, I think, like
Yeah.
karmic cycles. Like because at the end of the day I always chose her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I always chose um I could have chose my son. I could have chose myself. I could have chose everyone that in between that said like stop being with this person because we see you guys going to jail, we see you guys breaking car windows, like I've like I it was bad, like two females, that doesn't stop you from beating each other up. I mean, I don't know if you've ever
Yeah.
been in a fight with like a girl, like a girlfriend.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I have.
They're not regular fights though.
Yeah, no.
Oh Lord Jesus, those ones are not regular fights. Those are like, let me tell you, if you're lesbian and you go to a man, try to beat your man's ass like you try to beat your lesbian ex ass. Like if you have a good man, he will not fuck you up. But let me tell you, your hand will get fucked up. Like you cannot smack a man up like you smack a female. It doesn't work.
Yeah.
I definitely did have my fair share of like squabbles with her because she was a girl. And it was like, I'm not gonna let this girl guy looking ass come tell me shit. So I was like, yeah,
Yeah.
one thing led to another. Y pues yeah. But yeah, no, definitely don't recommend. That was 6 years of my life. Dancing was a huge part of it. Like, and yeah, I still stayed a dancer throughout the entire thing until we broke up.
How was that, like, being a dancer and then, like, obviously being with her? Like, how do you think that she felt about it or took it, or was it hard, or
Yeah. Yeah, no, it was definitely hard for her. I don't know exactly why. I really never understood fully why, because she was a girl, and I just felt like I there could be so many reasons, and I don't want to speak for someone, but I just never understood why like it was always like a back and forth. Like you can work in it, you can do that job, but only with my terms, or you can do that job, but then when I'm upset, it's going to be an issue, and I'm going to use it as an issue. And it was
Yeah.
like it was so there was times where it was so hypocritical, and stuff like that. And so like it just, I don't know, you have to be strong-minded to be with a girl that's a dancer. For one, you have to be in a healthy relationship. Like we were not in a healthy relationship. We were in a toxic relationship where she had cheated, I got back with her and I cheated to get revenge. And then, we would break up for like a day or a week and then we would hook up with other people, whether that was kiss or whatever it was, beyond that. And get back with each other and stuff like that. So with dancing, she would always have a fear of like, oh, you're going back, you're gonna go fuck these guys. Like it wasn't just you're gonna fuck girls. It was like you're gonna fuck guys too. It was
Yeah.
so she had like I think she just felt like she had two things to worry about me cheating on her with, like two people, two sexes. You get me?
Yeah.
Versus her is just women. Me thinking like women, and then it's for her was like, but that's dick. That's different. If you cheat on me with a guy, that's different. It's like
Hmm.
you know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know. I only knew of her cheating one time. I'm not gonna say like every single time she cheated, I found out. Definitely knew of like more times that she did do me dirty in many
Yeah.
ways, talking to the girls or whatever, went to go sleep over at this girl's house, da, da, da. For sure, for sure. Oh yeah. I found those out countless times. But same, vice versa.
Yeah.
Times where she was like, I told her, oh, I'm leaving the club, going home. And one time she pulled up. I told her I was going home, leaving the club. And then and that was like at 2 or 3 a.m. And I was so drunk out of my mind. And yeah, I told her that, and then she ended up pulling up at like 6 a.m. to my place. And my phone had died though, right? Throughout the night. And I was not at my place, mind you. She
Oh.
went inside my place. She got there. She also went inside my place. She was able to get inside. And I lived alone, so nobody was there or whatever. So she's like, went in, looked around. I wasn't there.
Mm.
And it was 6 a.m. And I had told her I was going home at 3 a.m. from work. So when I woke up at 7 a.m. to charge my phone, I like saw that she had like texted me and like videos of my house with me not there. I was like,
Oh
oh
my
God, I'm
god.
so glad I do not have to lie, or like I never had to, but I felt like I did because I didn't want to lose her, like
Yeah.
it was such a traumatic relationship that I felt better to just lie or to cheat and stay, and vice versa, to accept her lies or cheating, whatever scandals, and just take her back. Like it just felt better to be in each other's lives like that than to not.
Yeah, and I feel like too, like if you're in a relationship and one person cheats and the other person cheats for revenge, that's gonna be hard to
Yeah.
stop because it's
Yeah.
gonna keep like,
Yeah. Well, you did, and it's just like, yeah.
yeah. I've been in relationships like that too before, but now it's just like back and forth
Yeah.
thing, and it's like at that point you don't even know how to stop no more,
Yeah, yeah, that's true.
which is crazy. How that even works out, especially now that like I look back on it, it's just like damn.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I'm like now, like me now, right? Like I know, because I mean, like everybody knows about me. I was probably like one of the biggest like motherfucking cheaters in a lifetime on everybody that I was with. So,
Well, some of your
ew.
exes were too, though, like crazy. That's
No,
what I'm saying.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So it's like I look back now, I'm like, oh, I would not accept even half the shit that I was doing, that they were doing, that it would be like a no go for me. Like with me, my ex wife cheated once, and that was wrap.
Mhm.
Me back then, like the person I was back then, it's like a different story. Like I probably would have took back, cheated back, and it just would have been a back and forth
Mhm.
thing. But
Mhm.
obviously, like we're young when we were younger,
Yeah, we feel like, yeah. Mhm.
it was totally different. Okay, so then that had happened,
Yeah.
and then I remember like, so I remember when you guys had officially like split,
Yeah,
like a
there
hundred
was there
percent.
was like a time. No, I think
Well,
that was like at the end.
yeah,
Yeah, that was
I
it.
remember the time that, well, you guys had split, and I thought you guys were 100% done. Because I know that obviously, like, she
Mhm.
had met the new girl that she's with
Oh, so
now,
yeah, so that
but
was, yeah.
then you guys had kinda got back,
So yeah, so that
and
was,
then
yeah. Yeah, so
go
that
ahead, go ahead.
wasn't the year of 2021. That was the year of
Dang, it was that
2021.
long ago, that's
Yeah.
crazy.
That was 2021. That was the last year that we not that was the last year we officially had like sexual relationship and a real committed relationship, saying like, okay, we're together again.
Yeah,
Um we were separate for like a few months already, actually, like 8 months, probably the longest, like 6 to 8 months. I had took off my birth control after we had broke up, one of those like for good, and then we were broken up for like a couple months. I took it off. Um because it would bother me and stuff. It was a Marina. And I had it already prior to meeting her, and I just kept it on when I met her, like whatever.
yeah,
But like after her, I just felt like taking it off. And I'm saying this because this plays a part in like how like we got back together, and like I don't know. I feel like saying I don't know.
yeah,
But like because it was very odd that we got back together and why we even got back together, but we did after being separated for months and being good, like on both of our ends in life. Like we're both pretty, I guess, not great, doing great, but we're good, doing, I guess, not as bad as we were when we were together. And I had invited her the year of 2021. We were like friends here and there. We would like DM each other and stuff. I don't remember text. Tattoos were a big part of our texting because she like tatted half of my body,
yeah,
like a lot of it pretty much. And so with that said, I would always like message her about my tattoos and stuff like that. So we ended up I ended up coming out to the club with my roommate that I lived with at the time in LA. We went to go see her DJ in February of 2021, and that's like us where we kind of like rekindled back at like talking phase. We talked, and then fast forward into my birthday, June 2021. Around that time, from April of 2021. I'm sorry, right after that club event, we ended up hooking up. Like we ended up talking, whatever. And then in my birthday, June, she came out, but we weren't really official.
Mm.
Things were starting to feel like maybe we can get back together, whatever. Then I found out in August, we were like friends with benefits, whatever the fuck you want to call it. And then August, she, of 2021, she told me she's talking to this girl, the girl she's currently with. And, she was like, yeah, she's the manager where I DJ and whatever. She wants me, whatever. I was like, okay, be good to her, this, that. She's like, I'm starting this night event. Can you come out and like help me manage it and stuff like that? Because we had done that in our relationship prior.
Yeah.
We managed nightclubs and stuff like that. So I said, yeah, sure. I can go dance. I can manage it with you, blah, blah, blah. So I did that. And at the time, this is September now of 2021. Um, I was pregnant at the time. So I was actually pregnant. I had just found out that I was pregnant. So I was about like 4 weeks along. I went into the event that she wanted me to do. That was hers, but I did it with her. We did the event. It was a lesbian event. And um, like I knew like with the person that I got pregnant with, I wasn't gonna keep the baby. Like I knew I wanted to keep the baby, but then with how things started to be after I found out I was pregnant, like there was no financial support, there was like no emotional support. This guy had already had literally another baby like 2 months prior. That baby mama was like working and leaving the baby with him, and I was like, oh my God, what did I do? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I would ask him for help, or like, I felt like shit. I felt like throwing up, and like all kinds of work, beyond that, it was a little more than that. But like, I felt like fainting almost at work, and like, there was no support, So when the time came, so it was like, I felt at the time really conflicted with what I was going to do with the pregnancy. And so when I went, like, I'm back in the nightlife with my ex, and we ended up rekindling in October of 2021, which is a month after that event that we did. We ended up rekindling. I'm still pregnant, and I am like about 2 months pregnant. Sorry. I'm about 2 months pregnant at the time, and oh, that's sad. But I'm
Mhm.
about 2 months pregnant at the time, and we decided to start a relationship because she wanted to start a relationship with me. It was like at her Halloween yacht event. And I remember she had like the other girl, and I felt so bad for her because she was like all over her. And I remember thinking, like, oh, girl, you're just like me. Like, you're just like me. Like, that was me. Like, I wanted her so bad that I let her dog the shit out of me
Yeah.
just because I wanted her. I wanted the baddest DJ, the most important woman, this, that, things that I thought I could have never achieved on my own, which is crazy because I'm achieving beyond that. Things that I prayed for, I have. It might seem small to people, but in my home it's huge, and my life it's huge. But we ended up deciding to. She ended up like telling me that night, like, I love you, and I was like, but you have this girl, like, like, just be with this girl. Like, I'm pregnant. I don't know what I'm doing right now. Like, I'm pregnant, and she was like, no, like, I still love you. Like, I don't care. Like, we can keep the baby. Like, I think I can try that. And like, I had always wanted a family because I had my son. And many times through our relationship in the beginning, well, we did 6 years. So in the beginning, 5 years, 6 years, whatever. In the beginning, she didn't want my son. She did not want to have like a relationship with a child. It just was not fitting into her like lifestyle. But
Yeah.
anyways, so we eventually she did grow a bond with my son though. Um, and so when she was like talking about keeping the baby, I did was we were actually set on it. And so I grew past the 2 months, and I lived with her from like 8 weeks to like 11 weeks pregnant. And we would fight a lot. Like, we fought a lot throughout that time. Like, not too much, but here and there. Um, and I was like, is she ready for this? Like, is she really ready for this? Because I'm gonna be stuck with the baby. Like, I don't know if I can do two babies like that. Like, at the time, and I was living in Victorville with her, and it's like, you can imagine, it's like in the Boonieville up there. Like, oh Lord. I was like, what am I gonna do from here? Uh, and I regret it now, obviously, because like I wish I would have just maybe seen what could have happened, but it didn't happen. So it's what it is.
Yeah.
I still support women doing what they want with their body. Just because I regret it doesn't mean that I don't feel like it was the best choice.
Yeah.
I know for me at the time it was, of course, like who doesn't want if you're a good mother, who doesn't want that baby back?
Yeah. Of course.
Anyway, we ended up getting together, we're together. I'm growing and she's kind of like, we're gonna keep it right. Like, what are we gonna do? Like, I'm not sure. She starts kind of to question it as well. And I start to bring up, like the father at the time of this baby. She starts to question, and like I'm also bringing up the father of the baby. Um, I start to think like, wow, like this guy isn't a shitty dad, but he was a shitty guy to me.
Mhm.
So I'm looking at his Instagram, seeing he's like with his baby, his other baby, and he's with his baby. And he ends up reaching out to me. And so I panicked and I told my ex, and I'm like, he's gonna want to be in the baby's life.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest, like he's gonna want to be. He was a rapper too. Um, I was like, he's gonna want to be in his baby's life. And she was like, no, I don't think I can do that. My ex was like, I don't think I can I can have another guy, like a baby daddy thing like that. Like I can't have you with a baby daddy. I'm sorry. And I was like, because that hit like my stomach because this guy, I don't have control of that. Like he knows it's his baby. Regardless, he can go take me to court and prove it, and then I have no choice but to share custody. So then like I'd be left anyway down the road.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So in my head, um, a lot of people are gonna have their own opinion about this. And it's of course because abortion is very strong, and I understand. But in my head, I did feel like I wanted the relationship with her. And so if, in that moment, I was like, she's telling me right now she can't do the baby, and I was terrified out of my mind. I wanted to be with her. She's all I knew. I didn't know this other guy like that. I had just been messing with him. Um, so she was like my trauma safe space. So I was like, okay, like, I'm gonna have an abortion. Like she didn't tell me to have it, but I was between a wall, and a whatever that scene is, a wall and a wall, whatever it is. And it sucked, but also, like I said, she was for me more important than the idea of family because I wanted a family with her.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? And even though people were like, if she's lesbian, I still wanted a family with her. You know what I mean? I wanted God, I wanted the home, I wanted the peace with her and the kids with her. But I went and I scheduled the abortion, which had to be a procedure abortion, which I've never got before. Um, and so they were like, "You need someone to take you. You can't drive yourself." So I was like, "Like I need you to drive me." She's like, "Okay, like I'll drive you." And after the time, I was like this is special for her. Like she's driving me. And I went to my abortion appointment. And I remember feeling like this is so ghetto, like the movie Baby Boy, like this is ghetto. And like I went and I was so scared to be put down. And I was scared because I had seen a video of how that abortion goes like years prior. And it like sucked. And I was like, fuck, like what am I fucking doing? Like I had a baby out as a teenager because I didn't want to have an abortion. But like I'm doing it now.
Yeah.
For the wrong reasons, right reasons, like I don't fucking know. No one like life is life. You have to figure that shit out. Um, but I went to my abortion appointment where I sat on the table and, the ladies like, distracted me. And when I got put down, I woke up and I just remember feeling so empty. Like, just so like, I don't know how to explain it. It just felt like empty. Like my womb was like empty.
Yeah.
And it sucked. Um, and then, she she picked me up after that with our other friend David at the time. And yeah, she picked me up, and I was like walking all messed up. Like it's a serious thing, you know. If you're thinking about having an abortion, um, it's a quick procedure, but it's a quick procedure, but it's a mental journey of whatever comes with that, you know, consequences,
Yeah.
mental guilt, whatever it is. Just gotta, you know, some people don't feel shit, and that's fine. But I mean, I did. Um,
Or some people feel like relieved.
some people feel relieved. Some people, yeah, some people feel numb. Some people feel like whatever, you know, never mattered in like even a mean way. You know, hey, like to each its own.
Yeah.
Um, you know, like I said, I'm not like saying that it wasn't. It was. I still do think I'm happy how my life played out. I don't know if it would have played out the way it would have if I would have kept the baby or whatever. But I'm just happy the way it is now. That's all I know. Um, so I ended up, you know, getting picked up by her, and so she picks me up. I threw up like so bad. Like I just remember the aftermath was so horrible. Um, we went to back to our home at the time was with her parents up in Victorville. We're up there, and this night it was a Friday. It was a Friday morning that I got the procedure done. And then she had a DJ that night, specifically at the place where she had her other uh girl that she had left to get back with me,
The one that she's with now.
that she's with now.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So she got, you know, we were broken up. She got with her, left her to get with me. And then while we were together, um, before I got the abortion, while we were together, we had been arguing a lot too about the club where where her that ex was working at. They offered her a night, and I was kind of like, I don't know if I want you to work with your ex. Like that was something that we had a huge issue of from all our years of being together. Like was always there was exes. I'm sure you know, like you
Yeah.
remember so many of her exes in our life,
Yeah.
or you know, call it whatever. She was a DJ, so they came out to like dance or whatever, and then we just bump into them. But whatever the case was, exes were always in our like relationship, our
Yeah.
circle, our life. And it was for me like annoying, you know, like I don't know, like you don't want your ex, your girlfriend's exes all over, you know.
Yeah.
But that's what it was. So at the time, you know, fast forward years later, like we had already broke up for almost 8 months, and now we get back together, and I'm like trying to build this family because I'm pregnant, right? And we're talking about keeping this baby, and so she gets this opportunity, and now she's thinking about her career and going to work at this club because it's the only biggest club in the high desert. And well, Lord and behold, the manager happens to be her ex too. You know, one of well, whatever the girl she was fucking with before me. So then it's like, oh God, like it has to be that. Like, does it have to be that? Like I would tell her, like, does it have to be this place? And she'd be like, yeah, it's like this place is gonna put me on the map and da 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 da. And I like I should have put my foot down more, but I was like, fine. Eventually, I was like, fine, okay. I knew it was a bad idea because again, I already had done the exes in our lives, whatever, ex hookups, whatever. But I was like, okay. Eventually I was like, okay. We ended up. She ended up her first night back at that venue with that girl was the night that I had my abortion. Was yeah that for her first night there DJing there was the day that I had my abortion because I had it that morning. So that morning, I had the procedure done. We go back home. I get rest. This is in October of 2021, so it's a Halloween event. And she's like, I remember I told her like I want to go out. I wanted to get drunk, of course. Like I was fucking going through it. I was like, I want to get drunk. I want to go out with you and just like sit with you next to you. And she was like, no, no, no. Like just stay, lay down. Like trust me, you should just lay down and relax. I'll be home. Like, I love you. Like, I got you. And I was like, okay, like, promise, like, just promise me one thing. Like, you will not make me mad. Like, promise, like, you will not hurt me. You will not do anything that will make me mad at the end of the night. You're going to come right home. You know, I don't want to put no one's business out there. Like, we both dabbled into shit, you know, drinking or whatever. But, I was introduced to like certain substances through that relationship.
Mm-hmm.
One in particular that she's never could have like she just never was able to leave, and I hated it because I did not like that substance. It was never my shit.
Yeah.
And my shit's marijuana, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
My shit, the ganja, the zaza, whatever. So you know, so I'm a mellow head. I try to be because I'm a crash out, But, with that shit, I'm mellow. So, with what she dabbles with, it was like something that I just felt like it did affect our relationship. Like there was so many things that I did that affected it, and there was things on her and that affected it, and that was one of them for me. For her, it
Yeah.
was like, you need to leave that. I cannot have that. I don't want that in my life. I don't want it in my, like, it was never in my child's life, but if she's doing it and it's, you know what I mean, like, then that's still, and you're in my child's life, like, that's still in my child's life. I
Yeah.
can't have that. So I always wanted like her to just fully be clean. And many people, it's not like she's a drug head, but hey, like, I just didn't want it. And so with that said, um, we basically, I told her, like, just don't piss me off. Don't do that tonight. Out of all nights, just give me this night to come back home to me. And so she's like, okay, got you. She leaves, and within like that, later on that night, it's time for her to come back. She's not coming back. It's like 2 a.m. She's not back. And I'm like, okay, definitely something's wrong.
Yeah.
I call her, she's not answering. I look at her location, and her location was not at the club anymore. It was like down like a block and a half away. And I remember like hearing that that ex girl that she was fucking with lived like a block away from the club. So I was like,
Okay.
oh, baby, I put the math was math in.
Yeah.
I was like, really, bitch? On the day that I had my abortion, you're gonna do me like this? There's nothing I can do to go back and get my baby back inside of me. So of course, I fucking grabbed her spare keys because I don't think she drove that night. I don't know, she didn't. She got picked up or something.
Yeah.
I fucking grabbed her car keys because I didn't have a car at the time, but I grabbed her car keys. My ass was bleeding, hurting. I didn't even put on shoes. Like I grabbed the whatever clothes and I just fucking got in the car and dipped and went to that club because when I was like, I'm watching her.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I'm watching her shit and I'm like, you fucking da da da. I'm going off on her, telling her, like, you're not even at the club, this and that. She's like, I'm at the club. And I'm like, you're going back to the club now. And she did. She must have gotten in her car and dipped right back.
She was like, "Oh, I'm going
So in
right."
my head, I'm like, how long was she there? Like, I'm thinking she was probably already having sex and just like put her clothes on and was coming back to the club.
Yeah.
Whatever. I'm thinking the worst. Probably did happen. Um, but by the time I get to the club, she's in the parking lot. Um, and the bitch that, well, whatever, the bitch that she's with now, she's in her car and her gay bestie's next to her. And I pull up like her.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the fuck, this and that. And so she did always have my back. I won't lie. Like anytime any bitch tried me, she always had my back. And she knew I was down for my shit. Like, I don't give a
Yeah.
fuck. I would squabble with her. I don't give a fuck. I'll squabble with whoever. Like win or
Yeah.
lose, I don't care. I don't care. Win or lose. But she was like, stay in your car, stay in your car. And she's like, you guys need to leave, telling the other girl and her gay bestie, like, you guys need to just go, just go.
Yeah.
And I was like, bitch, she doesn't want you. Like, it was just drama. And the other one's like, bitch, she da 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 da. I don't know. And then the gay bestie comes up to my fucking window, da da da, or her car window. And I was like, pop, like, pop.
Oh shit! I never did that
And
happen.
like, yeah. And like, Autumn's like, like, pulls him back. And like,
Yeah.
cause he tries to, open the car door and whatever. And
Yeah.
Autumn pulls him back and like, just leave, just leave. And so whatever. So Autumn gets in the car. We go back to her house. We make up. She tells me that she went down the street to a house. Not, she doesn't confess to it being that girl's house, but she said a
A
house.
house.
So I'm like, okay, what were you doing there? And she's like, I was doing that substance. I'm like, okay. Like, either way, I was pissed because I'm like, you see what that substance does? It takes you to places you shouldn't do. It makes us fight. It does this and that. Boom. That was that argument. And okay, called it a night. Ended up being with her. That fast forward, that's October, so we're together, October, and then, she stays doing that nightclub. I end up talking to the manager of the nightclub, the girl. We do like a group meeting with the girl and the owner, the real owner, because obviously I'm girlfriend, so I'm gonna
Yeah.
be there. Or I want to be there. And so anyway, so and wanted me all the time to help her with these events. So she was like, I want my girl there. I want my girl there. So which is so weird, by the way. Just imagine that. We did like a freaking meeting and it's my ex at the time, well, at the time, my girlfriend, me, her ex or whatever. You see how sloppy this sounds? But her
Yeah.
ex, and then the owner of the club that her ex worked at was a manager at. So it's all four of us talking about how we have all been in this weird triangle relationship and that there's going to be no drama from now on and that we're going to make this night work. Well, I knew I shouldn't
Dang.
have never gone through with that because I was like, this is like a trap, dude. Like, this is for sure a trap. She ends up saying like she was there because of, she was doing that stuff. So we end up getting into a big argument. But we stayed together. This is October of 2021. November, we're doing this event. And I end up getting like drunk one night at the event, and like I knew I should have never gone even to those nights with her, and in general like I knew I should have just put my foot down and told her like you cannot do these nights because your ex is there. Because like how how foolish can I have not obviously known like as soon as I'm drunk enough that girl's gonna like use any reason to like, oh, she's too drunk, she can't be running this night, or she's too drunk, she said this about you, she's too drunk, she did this behind your back. You know what I'm saying? A drunk person can't justify themselves. Not even me. I was drunk. I'm not gonna. You know what I'm saying? If
Yeah.
even if I didn't do it, I was drunk. Like I can't really remember. I don't have proof that I didn't do it either. So that's why it's like, don't be. If you're a bad drunk, like take my advice. If you love your person, your partner, and I'm not saying like she does. I'm really gonna be honest. I'm not saying she deserved like for me to like have gave her that respect. But hey, in general, I as a person with now self love, I should have gave her that respect in general and myself that respect and not got drunk at a place where we were having any professional like ties to. Um, and in general, if I knew like that we were rekindling our relationship, I feel like I just should have not done stuff that I knew was going to jeopardize our relationship. Nothing on my end, like you know what I mean. So I wasn't smart, like I said, I was foolish, I was young, and it was just a trauma cycle that there was no point to be like to be
Yeah.
different. I felt, she wasn't being too. She was doing her substances, making me mad, doing shit behind my back that I had already asked her not to do, like go somewhere after the club, and then she's with that girl that she was supposed to be with. Claims that they were at the house doing that substance. That's it, but didn't tell me it was actually her house. Right? Whatever.
Mm,
Um, and her house was a party house. So
yeah.
that was true, but they could have fucked. Like, I don't know. I'll never know. They said
Yeah.
no, they didn't, but I'll never know if that's true.
Yeah.
Um, and we cheated on each other. So come on, I'll never believe that. But
Yeah.
anyways, whatever the case was, she ends up I don't even know where I was at. But so she ends up so the other girl ends up saying like, "Oh, hey, we can't have your," she ends up telling my ex now, tells her at the time, "Hey, we can't have your girlfriend Stella here because Stella got drunk and she made a mess of herself and this and that. She slept on the fucking booth and didn't want to wake up and blah blah blah." So my
Mm,
ex is like livid, like, "Oh my God, you're ruining this big opportunity and this only club in the high desert for me." Like, it was so annoying because it was like, what? Like, what? Like, you knew I was a bad drunk. Like, I told you I did not want to be in this environment. I want to better my life. Like, this and that, So it was never like it was just bad. Like you could call it narcissistic, hypocritical. I don't know. We'll let the public figure that out. I don't care really what the opinion is, but I know I have my own, so we can see what they think about how they feel she was acting. But about the situation, if she knew like that was gonna happen or not. Like I feel like deep down she knew. Like, come on, like I feel like she was just like just wanted us all to be still connected somehow. So she had like her safe place back if we didn't work out. She had her still. You get what I'm saying? Like I feel
oh
like she still
yeah.
wanted all of us to somehow be entangled together, whether it was professional or friendship or however, so that she still had her. And
Yeah.
and that other girl was all down for that. That other girl was like waiting for me to leave. She knew obviously we had a really bad on and off relationship. So she was just like, fuck it, I'm waiting for my chance. Like and that hey, that's fine. I was that girl too in the beginning of our relationship. I wanted her so bad that if she was with other bitches or whatever, I would still want her because I was like, shit, I don't care, I want you. I got
Yeah.
her, and then I got a bunch of toxicness. God willing, their relationship is much better than ours, but ours wasn't. So, um, I didn't get exactly what I wanted. I got who I wanted, not what I wanted.
Yeah.
You get me? So what
Yeah.
I wanted was a family. Just a
Yeah.
family. It didn't have to
With
be
her.
rich, poor, a family. In general, yeah. Like, this time I did think with her because I was like I was like anti guys. Like I didn't
Yeah.
anti straight. Like I didn't want a guy in my life. I just didn't want a guy around my son. I was too terrified of men being around my son, molesting. I was molested as a child, so I didn't want my son to be molested. It was just something like that of my fear. So I felt like women were a safer spot, which is not true. Women can still molest
Yeah.
anything, a boy or a girl.
Mhm.
But but still, my younger mentality, that was my mentality.
Yeah.
So she ends up whatever like the case is, I end up saying fine, I can't go to this work at this, she's doing this event at this nightclub whatever now, and I can't be there because I ruined it for myself. So now she's working there with that girl that is also her ex. So I'm sitting home like her girlfriend dealing with post abortion guilt on my own alone in this post-traumatic relationship that I've been with been in for years with someone that's at another club DJing with their ex. Instead of them saying, for me in my head, I'm thinking, instead of this person saying, you know what, I've chose this so many times that this time I'm gonna choose my family. I'm gonna choose her. I'm gonna say,
Yeah.
no, I can't work with you because we have this relationship. Like, I'm gonna just try this route now.
Yeah.
She didn't do that. So I had to do that. So um I ended up staying with her for like a week later. And then I found out that she was cheating on me the whole time. Like
Yeah.
straight up. Like I literally talked to that girl, was like, hey, just making sure she sent her like a friendly text. And I was like, look, bitch, my I don't care if you work together, like da-da-da-da-da." Well, I guess she got fed up of being quiet. And
Oh.
she sent me all the receipts. And I'm
Ooh.
talking about all of them. And I was like, oh my God. And is like right here to my left.
Did she know you texted her like that day?
Yeah, she didn't think the other girl was gonna
Gonna tell?
send.
Ooh, that's
Mhm.
spicy.
She didn't think so. She literally didn't think so. I called her. Autumn was like, she's lying, she's lying. And I'm like, they're photos. She's like, yeah, those are when we're together though. When we're together. I'm like, yeah, but even then you said you never kissed her like this. You said you never went there. You never did that. And you're doing all that. You look like you're fucking in love. Like, why would you fake that? Like, it was just foolish. Like, that's how I was. And I was like, and you've been with her. So what happened was, like when she was in the high desert, so when after I was not able to go to that club event anymore and work with her because I got drunk, whatever, and she was working with her other ex, um, I would just like go back down the hill and like go with my son and hang out. And I guess in those times that I would do that and we would argue, she would be hanging out with that girl. So all these photos I got, all those proofs, I didn't
Ooh.
know. And that whole time she would attack me on shit. You're a hoe, you're this, you're fucking cheating probably. And she girl, she was doing it.
Yeah.
So I'm right there watching all this proof. So I'm like, she's lying. I'm like, I'm gonna call this bitch. I call her up. And that girl was like, I'm not gonna lie no. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I was quiet for way too fucking long. Oh, and you want to know what else? That fucking rave, because on New Year's Eve we broke up like the day before, and then we both went to the same rave, but we didn't go together.
Yeah.
I thought we went separate because we're mad at each other, but uh, the girl ended up telling me that, and showed me proof, by the way, that they were there at that fucking rave. Oh, and at the end of the rave, me and my ex did bump into each other, and we ended up going home and fucking that night. So not only is this scandalous, was that scandalous ass with the other bitch all day at the rave, lets the other bitch leave, and then comes we bump into each other, we find each other, and then we fuck like.
Oh my gosh.
That was after 5 years, 6 years of this shit. Come on. I
Yeah.
left that shit. I had to say, you know what? Enough is enough. Once I was sitting there, and now this is the new year. Now we're talking about, this is like literally, this was the day after. This is actually, no, I'm like, this was actually the day after the rave. That's when she sent me all this. The day after the rave, we
Oh.
woke up that morning and she was sent her, the girl sent her the friendly text. And then from the friendly text, I was like, oh, bitch, stop texting my girl, whatever. You guys just work together, this and that. And that's when she was like, well, you know what? Da, 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 da. Here's all the proof. We've been fucking, we've been hanging out when you're not around, this and that. And so we call her. My ex is like, stop lying. And the other girl's like, you really want to keep going with your fucking lies? Like, just tell Stella. I'm telling her straight up. No, I'm not lying. Like, straight up, that's your proof. It's up to you if you want to be with her. And I was like, click, and I just started like squabbling. Honestly, I didn't even squabble yet. Autumn was like, fine, if you want to leave me, fine, fine. Like,
Yeah.
she admitted it right there and then.
Yeah.
And I was like, I was so fucked up in my head with no self-love and just so used to our fucking horrible ass relationship that like I was like, "What do you want from me? Like, what do you want? You want to ruin me? Like, for me to die?" Because like we had gone to jail, gone into physical altercations, like so much stuff already. It's like,
Yeah.
what else? What else do you want? You're cheating, still cheating. Like, why are we even here? Like, I
Yeah.
want like I wanted my son and me to have a happy life already. Like, none of this shit no more. Like, this shit affects your child in the long run. It does. Seeing you in a toxic relationship is gonna affect them
Yeah.
eventually. So I ended up like it was bad, and she ended up calling her brother down. It was a two-story house, and she's like, she's gonna fight me, she's hitting me, and I ended up grabbing a perfume and hitting myself. I don't even know why the fuck I did that. I'm like, damn, like just from being such a, I
Like,
instead of
you're
us hitting
making
each
yourself
other,
go
I'm gonna
crazy
just
at
hurt
that point.
myself. Yeah,
Yeah.
like honestly, there was so much that this relationship had caused. It was like I had reached a point of like I'm just crazy. I'm just crazy. I'm
Yeah.
crazy for being here. So as soon as that happened, I left. As soon as I was like, what the fuck? What am I doing? I just like left. And I left. As soon as I left, she called me bawling. Please come back. Please. I'm begging. I was like, I have to go with my son. I can't do this.
Yeah.
This is not safe for my son. I have to go with my son. I have to go with my mom. I have to be somewhere safe. And so I can't be even on the phone with you. So I did end up leaving with my mom, and my son was there, and like we're together. And then her mom ended up calling me crying. Please, my daughter, like she really has never called me. Her mom didn't even like her daughter being a lesbian, by the way.
Mm.
And I knew this was big because her mom was calling me.
Yeah.
And her mom knew me. We had a decent relationship, but still, like she had never called and got involved like that. So
Yeah.
she called out to me and was like, "Can you please talk to my daughter? Can you just see if you can make it work?" And I told her, like, look, I told her a good amount of stuff, but I'll cut it short. And I was like, look, basically, like, it's hard. I love your daughter. I'm fucking obsessed in love with her, but you know what? It's not healthy.
Yeah.
It's like it's not love anymore. It kind of almost was never love because whoever, whatever we've told ourselves, whoever told us that this is love, ain't it? And she's like, I know. Her mom was like, I know. I've been trying to tell y'all. Like, I don't want to even be negative right now, but you know what? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the truth. And I was like, yeah, Carrie, you're right.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry that I could have never left her. Like, I'm sorry. She's like, don't be sorry to me, like to your son. Like, I know. She's like, leave for him. She's like, I know. I'm leaving. And then she, I didn't want to throw her daughter under the bus, but for the love that I had for her, I told her, like, your daughter, whether you know this or not, like, your daughter is really heavy on this substance. And my fear is that fentanyl will get laced in it and she'll end up in a casket. Like, take care of your daughter. Like, I love her. She's a grown woman, but that shit does not, it's never going to be her
Yeah.
friend in the end. It's never going to do anything good for her.
Yeah.
Even if she feels like it's just sobering her up, whatever. Like, she's a much better person off of it.
Yeah.
It had a lot to do with why we were toxic as well.
Yeah.
She fucks with you afterwards and shit. Fucks with you on it afterwards, everything.
Yeah.
Um, and she was like crying to me. Her mom was like, thank you so much for that." Like she didn't know,
That was her first time finding out.
she didn't know
Wow.
that her daughter did substance like that at all.
Wow.
And I felt
Sorry.
crazy to tell her when I figured that she didn't know. She told me she didn't know. I was like, oh
Wow.
my god, like I'm sorry, but like I'm not in a way because like I want you. Maybe you do need to know.
Yeah.
Like, don't like that's your daughter, love her, take care of her, be there through it with her.
Yeah.
It's not like a crazy addiction, but it's a problem.
Yeah.
And a problem is starts with ends up somewhere. So
Yeah.
she was like she sent me off with love, and I ended up giving my ex the courtesy of going back to close things off.
Yeah.
So we closed it off, we left each other. That was like January 2022, and that was it. That was the end of my lesbian era. That was
Yeah.
6 years of a really toxic cycle.
I didn't even think during that time that I didn't even think you guys were ever gonna end. But
Yeah.
I'm more of like anytime any of my friends are like in relationships, whether it's toxic, whatever, I'm not judgmental. So I'm like, they could tell me like she beat my ass this day, I beat her ass, this and this and happen. If they wake up
Mhm.
happy the next morning, I'm like,
So be
let's
it.
go eat breakfast.
For real, that was
I ain't
you.
tripping, let's go eat breakfast.
That was you.
I'm like,
That's funny,
I'm
yeah.
also not the type of person that, I mean, I know it's good to have friends like this, but I'm not the type of person to be like, "Oh, you need to leave," or "You need to this," or "You need to
Mhm.
that." It's just I know what it's like being in a trauma bond, so it's, like,
Yeah.
easier said than done. Like, you could tell somebody so much, like, you need to leave, but it's, like, you're
Yeah.
also not in their shoes to feel what they feel
Mhm.
because most of the time people will vent all the bad things.
Mhm.
I'm not there for the good times, what holds you there? Because
True.
obviously not all times are bad.
Yeah, there's that, yeah.
And I've lost friends for being in toxic
Yeah.
relationships, and I
Yeah.
remember, like, I always wish I had a friend that just listened to me and
Yeah.
stood by me no matter what decision I made. Because I
Yeah.
lost a lot of friends being in toxic, like, relationships, so it's like, I always wanted to make sure, like, I'm always gonna be that friend that's gonna stick by no matter what decision anybody makes, should whether you go to jail, whether you fucking it doesn't matter if you wake up the next day happy, girl,
Yeah.
I'm still right here.
Yeah.
Because I know the embarrassing feeling of, like, everybody seeing such a horrible night of
Mhm.
myself, and then they're like, "Bro, you wake up like nothing the next day, like nothing
Mhm.
ever happened," and then,
Mhm.
like, telling them like, "Oh, yeah, we're back together," or posting that
Mhm.
first picture back on social media
You're like, "Oh my
and
god." It's
feeling
like
like
weeks after you've already been together.
yeah, and it's just so I feel like I, like, know that feeling, and then I remember briefly too, like, a little bit, like, that last year. I don't know if you remember, but, I was after the abortion situation,
Mhm.
you were at my house a few days after that. I
Mhm.
don't know if you remember that, but
Mhm. I think was I crying to you about it?
yeah,
Yeah.
and it's because you and had came because, I think it was, like, a few days
Was it
after.
was your wedding?
Yeah, we were planning out because she was gonna be the DJ for my wedding,
Yeah.
and
Oh, yeah, I
that
remember.
was 2 months before my
Yeah, I
wedding that
do
we were
remember you
planning
were
it.
doing yeah, you up in your living room.
Yeah, and then you
Yeah.
vented to me about it, and then I don't remember if that night was, like, the rehearsal or whatever, but I know that I was going over with, about, like, the music and stuff like that, and then you guys were at the wedding, and
Mhm.
sh shortly after the wedding, 'cause, like, the wedding, was December 4th, yeah, about, like, a month later, that's when you guys were, like, going your separate
Mhm.
ways. But there's, like, a good outcome now, which
Mhm.
is amazing, so I know you shifted from that. Obviously, that's, like, a lesson learned, so it's, like, I
Yes.
know that,
Yes.
like
I think it worked out for both of
yeah,
us. We
and
both
people could
ended up
judge all they want because you know what? We learn, we grow, and we just,
yeah,
we
no,
move forward.
it's life, yeah.
Because even, like, me now, it's, like, crazy to see how, like, your life has such, like, shot off and evolved in such a
Yeah.
different
Yeah, we both shifted into like a lesbian life to like a full-on family, kids with a whole hubby, everything. Like you did have a baby with your ex who is a
yeah.
woman, which is something that I even wanted to have with mine, but of course there's like a lot of things with that.
I
But
don't
again,
recommend it.
no. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I know the money. I know, and I don't know like what route y'all took, but like I know with my sister's a lesbian. She's married, and they did IVF. It was like 15 G's. It didn't work with their insemination, but it was a lot of money. So I mean, my ex and I would talk about it. We're like, fuck no, we're not trying to use that money. But we also
Yeah,
talked about like a known sperm donor, but like nobody on her end ever wanted to like say fully like say yeah. So we
yeah.
didn't do it.
No, we just did well, first she had got pregnant,
Yeah, I remember.
and then
It's a boy,
obviously
huh?
yeah, and
Yeah.
then she lost the baby, and then we tried one more time, didn't work out, and then she was done after that. She was just like, "I can't do it," because obviously that was really hard on
Mhm.
her, and everything changed after that. Like, she was never the same after that, and I
Mhm.
feel like that's a lot of the reason why, our marriage kinda went down the drain
Mhm.
because something when she lost the baby,
Yeah.
something in her died that
Yeah,
day.
for sure.
She was never the same, and which by all means, like, I
Right, you
get it,
justify. Yeah. Yeah,
and,
yeah, you could validate that.
I took on because I never thought I was ever gonna get pregnant again in my life, like, me 2 kids after that, like, 2 more kids after that, but, we did a at-home insemination. So when we had inseminated her, it was just a close friend of ours, and, I'll bleep out his name, but it was her best friend. We used him to inseminate
Oh,
her,
wow, no way.
and then,
Oh,
you
okay.
remember
No.
no?
I
Okay,
do
so then
remember, like, name, but not his face. No, I
oh,
won't remember
okay,
his
yeah,
face.
and then the second one was our other friend, you don't know him, but
Oh,
he had
okay.
tried and didn't work, and then I had got pregnant, we inseminated, and it was actually with
Oh, wow.
blessing that, like, I didn't
Wow.
even think that
That the whole thing would work, the procedure.
yeah, and
Wow, that's
because
crazy.
first try first try, so we did
Wow.
it was just at home, it was just he went in
Wow.
a cup, we got a
Yeah.
syringe, she put it and honestly, he didn't even nut a lot in that cup, like, it was literally, like, little to nothing,
What?
and it was my ovulation day because I was, like, obviously
Oh, yeah,
tracking my
yeah.
thing, And then she put I'm like, "Oh, this shit's not gonna work." Sure enough, 10 days later, I take a pregnancy test, I'm pregnant with
Wow,
Armani,
that's
and so it kinda shot off from there.
yeah.
And then, so yeah, we're here now. So I was like, don't get me wrong, no, I was just joking. I love my baby, so I'm glad I did it.
Yeah, I know.
But
She's so cute.
yeah, now the
Aw.
donor, he's fucking
Oh God, no way.
yeah. I just found out, so it's
Wow.
pretty crazy. It's crazy doing something like that because we didn't ever do paperwork with him. So
Wow.
obviously that could have been something that kind of bit us in
It
the
could have
ass
been an
later.
issue, yeah, but no, yeah.
But luckily, like he never gave us an issue throughout the entire time. There's that. So now with you, you had went from that situation. So now I just want to talk about you meeting your man. You're with him now.
Yes,
A lot of things
with
have
my
been going
man.
on. So like she's with the man now, blue collar.
Yes. Clock it.
Fuck it. Okay.
Coming from a stripper.
Yeah. So it's kind of like you were like in a
I
he
had
took you out of
been
like survival mode.
yeah, yeah, no, definitely, yeah. No, I had been a like obviously like a even though I was with women, like I felt like I was a single mom
Yeah.
for a long time. And then I was single for throughout that time until I met him. But yeah, I met my man. The way we met is so untraditional. Considering the fact that we're super like family oriented. Like we have a really beautiful family. We have a son and a daughter together. And we also raised my son, his stepson together. Um, and yeah, like we have a really healthy lifestyle. We do. Um, we praise God in our home. We love each other. We forgive each other. We take care of each other. Nothing's perfect at all, but that's the one thing in this home that I have is I have unconditional love. And where one thing lacks, the other puts it in with me and my man. That's how it works. Like
Yeah.
every single time. Like it's never the only thing is like we can mirror each other. So like if I want to be like mean to him, he's like, okay, all right, like should I be mean? And I'm just like, oh no, like I'll be nice and he'll be nice. So
Yeah.
like it's very easy like to get him to fluctuate, like to flow with me. So in a way it's like it could be like it could be like wishy-washy. Like it could be a bad thing or it could fluctuate to a really great thing. That you guys can mirror each other. Because you
Yeah.
guys can both be really good, like in a really great mood. And most of the time, we are in a really great mood. That's what I love about our relationship is that it's literally a refreshing relationship because it's 90% great, and then that 10% is not that bad. Like
Yeah.
that 10% is like, okay, this isn't that bad.
Yeah.
Like it's not because I've been through a really horrible shit, but it's because we're able to talk about it, get through it. Nobody's involved in our relationship because it's not that bad. Like nobody needs to be involved in our relationship, you
Yeah.
know. We work it out through each other with each other.
That's amazing.
But yeah, so like he's my everything. He's my everything. He's a really good guy. He stepped it up. He steps it up. Like I said, no one's perfect. Men have attitude. You know what I mean? They have
Yeah.
emotions. They go through shit. Being the sole provider, if your man's the sole provider, like they go through shit that they might not always speak of. That stress of like being in survival mode and taking you out of it and taking that
Yeah.
stress for you is like, of course you have to meet them where like full throttle wherever you can. Since they're being the providers, you do something else with that you can to help their stress,
Yeah.
take the edge off or whatever. So yeah, so that's him. He's my man, my
And he's
everything.
younger than you, correct? He's younger.
Yeah, he's younger than me. So yeah, he's 5.5 for a few months, and then he's 6 years younger than me. So it's a pretty good hefty. I think it's a hefty age gap. I don't think it feels like it, and I don't think it really is to anyone. Realistically, they're like, oh my god, you swear, like it's just
Yeah.
6 years. But I'm the older one,
Yeah.
so that's something new to me. I've never dated anyone younger. I was like, kind of like, why am I even gonna date him? When I did find out about his age, which was very fast in our relationship,
Yeah.
dating. And I was like, I told him the truth, like, I don't think I'm gonna date you, like, seriously, because you're young. And he was like, that's fine, like, we can just hang out. So we hung out and stuff. And me at the time, in my stripper mentality, I'm like, okay, well, we'll just hang out. You can come out and see me at the club, we can go on dates or something. And I ended up like getting to know who he really was as a person, like a man of God, really amazing son. His mom had gone through her own trials and tribulations. She's a drug addict survivor.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, she's a great mom. She's super connected to her church. She's not hypocritical either. Like she's real as fuck. and she's straight up like she's like an OG ass woman. Like she really is like the OG too.
Yeah.
She's gangsta and all that. Like she's super cool, but she's such a like loving woman, an amazing grandma.
Oh.
Like I always was like when I met her, I was like, I really want her to be my kid's grandma because like she's one of those grandmas that's like just the best. Like even her house has like the messed up cabinet, the old ass messed up cabinets, but the house smells great like food and
And like
has
just
the cute
home.
it's just like home. Yeah, like has the fucking curtains with the fruits on it and the just all that like tamales, fucking pans and all that pozole pots, like home literally. And I love that. So my man has that, you know, good food, love, peace, and realness and forgiveness, and with her. And that's how
Yeah.
he was raised. And even though in his life, there was CPS involved and stuff for a few years, he got taken away and lived with his other family relatives and stuff. And like even after his mom got him back, like he's such a good son to her. Like he
Oh,
respects his mom like top notch. And he's not a mama's boy, but he respects his mom a thousand
yeah.
percent. And he's a hard fucking worker because of his mom too and his dad. But his mom is just she's a good woman. You know, she's a good woman.
Wow.
She paid her dues. She never went to jail or anything, but like she paid her dues as in like, you know, she deals with what she deals with, I'm sure. Because everything we do there is consequences, whether they're physical or mental or emotional consequences,
Yeah.
you know. So um, but she keeps it a buck, and she's there for her kids. You know, she didn't leave them. She didn't let them go. She got them. She's with them. She's there for them now. Been there for them since before. So I saw that my man was somebody that like loves his mother for that, and not a lot of guys are like that. A lot of
Yeah.
guys are like fucked up or use it to be a reason to be fucked up, and he's not like that. My man's not like that at all.
Yeah.
um and so I like take he takes like I took pride in like finding a man that loves his sisters, protects them like his own daughters when he didn't have any kids at the time. Loves his mom, honors her like if she had never fucked up in her life, and praises God, and isn't ashamed about it. Like he went to Christian school and stuff, and my daddy be bumping King Lo G and peso and all that money and getting fucking what's the other food like Mr. fucking ay, ¿cómo se llama? I don't even Capone and like I
Oh,
don't
yeah.
dude, they be in there like Conejo. I'm sure somebody knows who that is.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck are you listening to, babe? But hey, like he's a man of God. Like God sent him as you will, Lord, send him as you will. And he sent them. He sent him. He sent him.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying them because if you're ever praying for that man of God, they might come like that, boo. Might come a little younger and they might come a little hood. But baby, that's the best man that I've ever came across in my life. And I'm super happy and grateful to him for real. Like I owe him everything. I owe him everything. Even in this moment, he's taking care of our kids right now.
Oh,
I owe him that. But yeah, so I met him in at the end of 2022. So we've been together for over 3 years now, and we have two
wow.
kids. We did move fast in our relationship, but we both moved at the pace we wanted to. We both agreed at everything we did. He asked me formally to be his girlfriend with a very huge bouquet of like over 100 roses.
Ooh.
Um, and it said, "Will you be my girlfriend?" and stuff. And and then we planned our son. So we had our son. We moved in, and we've been living together ever since.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, the way we met was very funny. So we have a mutual friend, King Lo G.
Yeah.
It was a good friend of mine, good friend of his actually. He was a very good friend of his. He was like in his circle. And I went out to a party of King Lo G's, and there at that party, I did see my man for the first time. But I only talked to him briefly. I think I
Yeah.
asked him like, "Where are the drinks at?" And he was like, "My man was like at the time, not my man, but he was like." I remember seeing him turn around the corner, and I was like, "Damn, this guy's fine. Like he's 6'2" or 6 something. Like he's tall."
Yeah.
And I was like, "He's fine, whatever." And so my man, I was like, "Hey, do you have like the drinks or do you know where they're at?" And he was like, "You shouldn't be drinking anyway." And I was like, "Oh my God," like I had just got there. And I was like, "I literally just got here like 5 minutes ago, all alone too." And I was like, "Really?" He said that to me. Why? Like, why should I drink? Like, what? You know, anyways, so that was that. I don't remember nothing else. I ended up having a great night, and I didn't bump into him that I remember. He ended up telling me eventually that I did bump into him, but I was so drunk that I don't remember.
Yeah.
But so yeah, so The next day I end up waking up like 6 in the morning at this mansion of our friends, and there's these hot girls there, and we end up all linking up. I end up hanging out with this girl, this baddie, and this baddie's like calling this guy up, which ends up being my man. And she's like, hey, I want to meet up with you, I want to fuck. Like, she's straight up like that, like, I want to fuck. And she actually ended up being king Lil G's one of King Lil G's side bitches, one of his bitches, because he
Oh
had a lot.
shit.
So one of
Yeah.
his bitches, and I that was the first time I had met her. But anyways, we got along cool. So we're hanging out, and then she's like, I want to fuck King Loji's homie because King Loji was fucking on bitches last night at the party, so I'm gonna get him back. So I was like, whatever, girl, you do you. I'm here for the ride, you know.
Yeah.
I'm here to drink, so I'm drinking with her. She's like talking to this guy that's my man now. And my man's like, oh, I can't fuck with you, you know, like, I can't fuck with you. Da, da. And she's like, right, well, what about her? And so she shows me, and my man's like, damn, I like her. Like, what's up, baby? What's up? And I'm like, oh, hell no. Like, this scrub, like, that, you
Did
know.
you recognize him from the
Uh,
night that you saw him
Not
on?
really.
No?
No,
Oh
not really
shit.
at the time. Barely. Yeah, I did, but not really.
Yeah.
Like, I knew I had seen him, but I was kind of like, oh, shit. Like, you know, because I was drunk. I got drunk eventually, blacked
Yeah.
out. But yeah, so we ended up meeting with him. We meet with my man, and um, this girl's like, I want to have a threesome. And I'm like, oh shit, like, I've had threesomes with my ex, but they were horrible. So we're like hanging out, drinking a Henny bottle in the parking lot of like Hibachiana, talking about threesomes. And I'm just like, whatever. Like, I'm smoking my blunt, going with the flow. Like, yeah, yeah, we can do whatever, y'all. Like, okay, whatever. I'm just trying to drink. He ends up getting a hotel room. We go to the hotel, and they're like flirty, and he's super flirty with me though. Like,
Yeah.
she's being flirty with him, and he's like kind of being playful, but he's like directing everything to me. Baby, baby, wants to be all over me, but I'm kind of like, like, dude, like, I just met you. Like, I don't know. Like, even though I'd seen him the night before, I felt like I just literally met. Like, I just met him still.
Yeah.
So, but he was cute. He's absolutely 1,000% cute. But I was just like, no, like, you're with her. Like, go be with her, you know?
Yeah.
So he doesn't want to be with her like he does, but he's like, no, like, I want to be with you though. Like, I'm here for you though. You know, she's just here. And I'm like, yeah, whatever, right. You know?
Yeah.
So whatever. So we ended up being in the hotel room, and I'm like trying low key just to get them to do it already so they can just like go to sleep or something. Cause I'm just trying to hit my blunt, just chill at this point, or go home or go mess with other people. Cause like I had no commitment to him.
Yeah.
So I end up like, they're like, come on, we want to da 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 da, so we want to do it, you know, want to have sex. And I'm just like, okay, well, let me just go shower, thinking like, okay, this will do it. Like, this will make them, you know, not wait for me. I'm gonna take long on purpose.
Yeah.
So I go in the shower, and I do end up taking a little bit long. Like, after 10, 15 minutes or something. I don't know how long, but I took a while. Like, I put music literally and just like stayed my ass up in there. I end up turning the music off, and I'm like, okay, it's been a long time. And I fucking hear her moaning.
Yeah. So you're like, "Oh, okay, they're still going.
And I was like, I don't know why, but it made me mad. But that's what I
What?
know. That's why I was like, weird. Yeah, I wanted that, but it made me mad. I heard her moaning, and I was like, oh, it made me jealous. And I was
Yeah.
like,
Maybe you already had that attached like soul
I
tie to
think
him. Like you knew he was gonna be
so.
like something in your body probably knew like, okay, this is probably like the love of my life, whatever. But I don't know, like not that you knew, but
I was
like
like,
why would you get jealous?
I
Like,
was hurt. Yes. I was
wow.
like, oh my God, no. And I was like, okay, so I just put the music back on, and I stayed there for like longer.
Yeah.
And then I heard him knock, do do do, like, hey, you okay in there? And I was like, oh, they're done. In my head, like, they're done. Thank God. It was like 5 minutes after, but still. So I end up whatever. I
Yeah.
end up getting out, and I'm like, okay, good. Like, they're done, so we can get over this like threesome thing with them, you know. And
Yeah.
and nope, they were still wanting me. Like, they were like, oh hey, like, you
We're
know,
waiting for you.
yeah. Like, he starts being all over me, and I'm like, now I'm being a little meanie to him because I'm mad and jealous for some reason that they had sex. I call it chon chon.
Yeah.
Not me calling it what I call it with my man. But yeah, I was all like, you know, mad that they had sex, even though I wanted them to. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like you said, maybe it was a soul tie.
Yeah.
Um. So yeah, so then she ends up like initiating it. Like, he initiates it. He's like all over me, and she's like, lick her. She's telling him like, lick her, you know, do this to her. And I'm just kind of like shy, playing along with it like slowly.
Yeah.
Um and then he ends up bringing her, so we end up me and the other girl end up making out. And so we're making out, taking off our clothes, and we end up having sex, me and her. And my man ends up fucking her again, and then he ends up fucking me.
Yeah.
And so But then she ends up coming pretty quickly. I made her come pretty quickly.
You're like, "I've been known this.
And
I do this."
yeah, I was like, "Oh shit, I mean, girl." It had been a minute for me too, so I was like,
Yeah,
"Ooh, like I'm
yeah.
used to some of this, you know." Because I didn't date any more girls after I left my other ex, because
Yeah,
she knew she was so popular in the industry. I didn't want. It was hard to date someone that didn't know her, like whatever. So anyway, so yeah, so we did that. That happened that night, and this girl was so ratchet that right after we were done, no mames, this girl was like, "I'm gonna go with some guy." She done left with some guy. I swear. I was like, oh my god, like I'm gonna go to fucking Planned Parenthood and make sure I'm okay after this.
yeah,
And I was, of course. There's
yeah,
no STDs, y'all, but damn, like some of these girls are beautiful and they be hoeing, and I was like,
yeah.
not for free, right? Like wink, wink, not for free, right? That BBL though, she had a BBL.
Oh,
And I think
shit.
that's funny that people might even say like, "Oh, he's gonna leave you for a girl that has this type of body or a girl that like." BBL bitches. My man has had it good with me. To
Yeah,
put it like that, my man has had it very good with me because I'm not insecure. I'm not jealous. In the right relationship with myself in general, now I'm just not. But definitely in the right relationship, you will never be. Even if you're naturally a person with some anxiety, or you're going through like postpartum, or this or that, or you gain some weight, or not even because you didn't have a baby, just because you gained some weight, or whatever the case is, right? If you're in the right relationship, it will not be a problem. I think a lot of girls think like with threesomes, it's like, oh, when the person gets another female that looks better than you, or whatever the case, they think they're gonna like leave you for them, but that's not the case. Like I said, my man has we have had. I say him because he's the man. I mean, he's the only one with the dick,
yeah,
so I can't feel what he feels on that perspective. But I feel what I feel on my perspective, which I enjoy.
yeah,
I've been with women, so I enjoy women
yeah,
physically too. I enjoy them actually more in threesomes because I don't have to be in a relationship with them. I can
yeah,
just get the luxury of having sex with a woman,
yeah,
and that's it. It is what it is. But yeah, so that was our first threesome, and that was the way we met technically.
yeah,
So we met as on our threesome. So this girl leaves, um, and then we end up staying in the hotel, me and him, and we end up having sex again that same night in the hotel right after she left. He initiated it, and I kind of didn't want to, but whatever. We end up having sex, and yeah, from there, like the next day, like we started hanging out. That's how we met.
and you guys were, like, inseparable since.
Yeah, like no, like I started like to see him at more of like, okay, well, I'm gonna invite him to the club because I'm a dancer still.
Oh,
So
yeah,
my dancer mentality, I'm like, I'm gonna invite him to the club. Then fuck yeah, he's cool. He cool. He alright. So I invite him to the club the next day or so. He actually hits me up. I'm at work the next day, and he's like, "Hey, what are you doing, baby?" And I'm like, "Oh God, this guy." And I'm like, this guy that I love so much though. But I'm like this guy, so I'm like, "Oh, come to the club. What's up?" Like he comes to the club. He only lived like 15 minutes, but he came to the club. I ended up getting a little tipsy. I didn't even honestly get that drunk, but I was like, "Whoa, like I want to sleep in the car," because I wanted to hang out with him.
yeah,
He didn't have his own place. He was younger, and I didn't know exactly this time how much younger he was at the time. I was
yeah,
27
yeah,
when I met him. I had just turned 27, and he was 21.
at the time, yeah,
Yeah, which is very young, like 21, like what? So I didn't know though. So, but I didn't know he didn't live, like he lived with his mom and his sister, like whatever. It was like, okay, that's fine. So anyway, so we ended up like sleeping in the car, and from there I was like, dude, you're a weirdo. Like he slept in the front seat, I slept in the back. Like I literally just knocked out. Like there was no weird, no sex, no nothing, like nothing sexual, just straight conversation, and then I knocked out. And like it was weird because with my ex, that would have been such an issue. Like it would have been like, you're drunk, you're sleeping in the car. Like for some weird reason, like that was something that I just really stuck out to me at that very moment in that time. It was just something that like sparked a reason to just hang out with him with a deeper intention.
yeah,
Even though it had just been like the next day, I was like, you know what, like I dated someone for 5, 6 years that chilling in the car, if I was drunk or sober, it would have like been like, this is a waste of time or waste of our life, like just something so simple. And he did that and with like no effort, and he still offered to take me home the next morning, and I was like not even drunk at all. And I was like, are you sure? Like I live 45 minutes away, you live 15. He's like, yeah, I just want you to just be comfortable, just sleep in the back if you want. I was like, sure, like okay. I had my own car, but I was like, and I even told him that, I was like, but my car, like I can just drive myself. He's like, yeah, but I can pick you back up whenever in an hour or two, whenever you want. And I was like, are you
Mhm.
sure? He's like, yeah. I was like, but that's like dumb. You're gonna just drive and drive back. And he's like, I don't care. I don't mind. I was like, okay, but you guys come over to my house. I had my own house, but I was like,
Yeah.
you can't come over to my house. He was like, that's fine. I was like, okay. So he did. He dropped me off, and then like 7 hours later, I smoked, cleaned my house, fed my son, hung out with my son, and stuff like that. And then I got ready for work again. I was like, can you come pick me up and take me back to work, where my car was at? And so he did. He picked me up and he drove me back. He drove me to work. And from there, I was like, I'm gonna give this dude a little chance, like to actually not just like pickpocket for his money and like, or for just like come to the club intentions.
Yeah.
So we end up, yeah, we end up hanging out from there, and I fell in love with him. And so we've been together. And threesomes still play a role in our life. I'm not gonna lie to you, they still do play a role in our life. That is how we met, and that doesn't mean that that's the reason why they play a role in our life, because that's how we met. Like, oh my god, it has to be like this. But we I like that. I like the feeling that I had when we did meet, and it was like a fun thing. Um I obviously dated women, so I do have this type of like sexual attraction towards
Yeah.
women. So, um, and I mean, I don't know what guy's gonna say no to a threesome. So,
I'm thinking you're gay if you're gonna say no to a fucking
so
threesome.
I'm like, my man
I'm
not
just
gonna
kidding.
say no if I bring up the idea. So of course, the ideas got brought up a few times in our relationship. And we've had threesomes. We've had a few threesomes.
I thought, okay, because me and my man were like obviously like very open to like threesomes and stuff like that. We're like that. I've always already been like that. Like even with my ex-wife, we had a few threesomes. We have five some.
Damn, that's crazy. You see,
You
that's
know,
crazy. Like that's the goals
so
right there.
yeah, so I've always been very, and obviously I've been in an open relationship before, so I'm more like open to stuff like that.
Yeah.
But it's funny because like with my man's a lot of actually fucking 100% of the people. You're the first person
Mhm.
that I've talked to that I know of that you and your man are the exact same way that me and him are.
Yeah, similar, like to the T, huh? I
Yeah,
love it.
because everybody else kind of looks at us like we're crazy, like we're
Yeah, I know,
insane.
like
That I'm
how?
not letting
Like,
anybody
how is
touch my
that
person. Like,
love?
and I'm like,
Yeah.
it's just fun. I don't know what you're talking
Yeah.
about.
I'm gonna give you some advice. Like, I've gotten those women that, and some of them are good friends, like cool friends. I'm not gonna say like really close, but cool friends that I get along with, and they've asked me this question, and I've genuinely answered this question to people I know and don't know. And I'm not gonna answer it right now because like I'm about to say why. I've literally answered this question in depth to my own perspective with my own feelings and thoughts on why and this and that, of why I do it and why I like it, this, that. It doesn't matter. Like, even after everything, they're still gonna sit there and judge you and be like, I still don't know. Like, and that's literally the response I get. After everything, they're still like, yeah, girl, well, damn, it just couldn't be me. Like, you know what? Imagine getting that. I'm like, you know what? That I learned. I'm never gonna. I'm gonna just. You know what? You're right, girl. It couldn't be you. It's not you. It's me.
Yeah,
Leave it for the girls like me. I
yeah,
got. I got all. Call it whatever you want. I'm gonna just call it. It's me. I'm one of the girls. Like, I'm not even gonna say like. I do feel like I am very secure. So I'm not. But I don't want to say like. I don't want to say that. I didn't want to say that I'm saying it. It's out there. Um, I'm not saying that every girl that doesn't want a threesome is insecure,
hmm
but I'm saying a lot of women are not open to it because they feel insecure deep down that they are going to be competing with that woman.
yeah,
It's not like that. You're not competing. You are equal. You are sharing. You are all three in one in that physical moment.
hmm
No matter what, your man owes loyalty and priority to you, his woman.
hmm
But me as the woman that I want this, I'm not going to invite a girl to come fuck and make her feel weird. That's not okay. So I'm
yeah,
gonna come invite her to come fuck and make her feel loved and like a bad bitch and like she's me in this
yeah,
moment. She's getting fucked like me. She doesn't get loved like me. She gets fucked, but not
yeah,
loved. And that's what, and I say that is because there's no neck kissing, there's no hickeys, there's no there's no making out whatsoever. There's no locking in eyes like that You don't have to be like, yeah, you got, we glance for sure at each other. We glance. I'm sure they glance. I've seen my man and some of the girls glance, but they don't lock in and shit.
Those are like
And
the boundaries that you guys have
for
between.
sure, yeah. And one of them, it's crossed the boundary slightly, but like you can't always control everything. In the moment, it's the moment. But my man knew what to do. We fixed whatever the issue was. And
What was that? Like, what was the if you don't mind me asking?
mm, I think for us, it's like we're learning. It's like there's no handbook to like how to have a threesome. So you
Yeah.
kind of just have to go as you like, learn as you go. Learn what you're not comfortable with. Learn what you are comfortable with, or talk about it beforehand, which we do. We do talk about it beforehand. Um, but still, in the moment, it's in the moment. It can you're involving another person and their emotions. Everyone fucks differently. Some people will bring you closer. Some people, whatever the case, moan more, whatever.
Yeah.
For me, it was just like, for me, for example, this was our third threesome, and everything was okay, except almost near the end already. Well, it's probably why it was ending as well because of the energy shift. But um, I had already peeped something from the girl. I picked the girls. For when I picked the girls, most of the time they're like hoe friends of mine, friends that I know are like cute baddies, but like I know you a hoe bitch, and not so bougie either. Where you're gonna be like, oh, well, I need to get paid to fuck.
Yeah.
Like I'm not ugly, and neither is my man, and
Yeah.
we're not about to pay you a whole hefty ass amount. I'm a stripper, and bet we'll throw money and we'll make it worth your while. Where you'll get your nails and your toes and a little something for you. You feel me? But we're not a. I'm a girl's girl, of course, babe.
Yeah.
But you're not gonna come in here and try to my man and I are not no tricks. But we're definite I'm a girl's girl. You feel me?
Yeah.
My man's like, I ain't spending on no bitch, but hey baby, I'm a girl's girl. And I say we spend, okay? Because if it was me, and it was me
Yeah, you guys
at
wanna
a
make a little
time,
something?
I
Yeah.
got my monies and I wanted my monies. And so we were gonna give monies. That's how it
Yeah.
works. And my man's a good man. He's a loyal man to me. So he does and likes to do what I say. So, he follows his woman. So he gives, we give. And so I just didn't like though at this particular one that I felt like the woman was like I felt like she would like look at my man or like grab his like hand, like if like for example like I'm like twerking on her or something, like she would grab his hand and like put it on her titty, which was fine because I was okay with that stuff. But like for some reason, like I noticed like when I turn around or something, she would get nervous or like let it go. And see, that's something that I don't like. It's like if you're gonna
Mhm.
do it in front of me. We're all here doing
Yeah.
shit in front. Like there should be no. You're not gonna get my man for one. If like her intention, and this was already over. This was 2 years ago. So
Oh, okay.
there's that girl's intentions obviously failed if that was her intention.
Yeah.
To ever think her pussy was better than mine. Like every girl, any girl that can think that can still keep thinking that my pussy is amazing.
You're
Like
like
the fact of the matter is my pussy makes my man last like literal seconds. So I'm not again, and I don't mean that in a bad way. It can last minutes sometimes, but he definitely has to move me around so he doesn't come, or he has to pull out and like move me around so he doesn't come, because otherwise he's gonna come right away.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna toot my own horn because it's not one male. I'm gonna toot my shit because toot bitch, like that shit's tight. And with kids and all that, vaginal baby. But I do not care. I'm just saying threesomes for me and for most women are not because they lack. And I think a lot of people misinterpret that and think women have threesomes because they're not good enough in bed or because they're man or something like that. But it's not even like that. Like it's not like that at all. I can't speak for everyone, but for the majority, because I know other women that do have this lifestyle and they're the same. We're all the same.
Yeah.
Confident, beautiful women that crave pussy and that we like have this loving, weird fetish that like our kings, we want them to be kings, and we just like to feel like, damn, you take care of me so fucking well that like I just want to give you the world. And even the world's not enough. So let me just throw all the bitches in there. You feel me? Like I swear, but it's like they're not here to stay. The
Yeah.
girls are here for a short time. They're not here for a long time. Like
Yeah.
me and my man say, they're here for a fun time, not a long time. So the girls that get that are our type of bitches. If
Yeah.
you're like that and you're bomb, beautiful, clean, healthy, all that, um, you're like you want a fun time and not like to ruin no one's home and shit. Then that's what we want.
Yeah.
That's what we're into. Like we want to go on triple dates and stuff and like do little things like that. But we got to find the right girl or girls, to do that with. I don't think I can ever see myself like in a poly relationship where like it's like more than one girlfriend, and
Yeah, I was gonna ask you about that. How you feel about that?
it's too much like work. Too many emotions. I feel like too many like I'm still the type where I'm self-centered. I can admit that. I like to be sometimes I'm self-centered where I like in for example in my home I'm self-centered. Like I have my daughter now and she's 4 months, so of course now I'm getting adjusted to the idea like I'm not the only queen. I got my
Yeah.
queen with me, my little queen. But um but but still we both self-centered. The fuck, we both the bitch, we the girls of the house, we the woman of the house. So like I cannot accept another woman in the house. That's just my thing. Dates and vacations and all kinds of shit, threesomes, I love. Yes, yes, bitch, come on, baby. But
Yeah.
once it gets to like let's live together, have kids all together,
Yeah.
like no,
That's
I'm
just
good
not.
off that. Like I don't want to involve that. There's too many ties to all that stuff.
Mhm.
um Even moving someone in, it's messy. You can't just kick them out. You got to do it the legal way, and it's just messy.
Yeah.
So yeah, so no, I would never do poly, but threesomes, yes. I put the rules, and every time we've had a bad experience, or even then, we always evaluate each experience and go over the things we didn't like, and just go over it for the next time to not do that again. And then if the next time something else happens that we didn't like, we just keep adding it to the list of things we don't like, and just till we're looking at each other and we're like, hey, we're gonna be together forever.
Yeah.
We're not here to leave each other
Yeah.
ever. Like, baby, I don't give a fuck. I'm sucking that little ass 2-inch dick. Even when it cannot go up, I do not care. And if I can't, then the nurse will do it. I don't care. I'm watching it. Like, I don't care. But I'm getting turned on, even with my 82-year-old ass. Shit. And I mean that, like I'm
Yeah.
here with him forever. So this is like, we're not here to like rush into the threesome stuff. We're just taking it like as an experience at a time so that we can learn how to like our full rules and our full like manual to each other.
Yeah.
Also sexually. Like this is the thing, like this opens us up sexually. You
Yeah.
get me? With if you do this with your partner, it will open you both up very much. Like see, our latest threesome was recent.
Yeah, I was about to bring that up.
Yeah, it was very recent. It was the most different because we used toys with this one.
Mm.
Yeah. Like, do you have a rose toy?
Yeah.
Period. So we used the rose toy, and the girl, she brought her dildo and stuff like that. And so, it was this one was a good one. This is the best one yet for sure. It was we were adjusting to each other. Honestly, we're sober, so this is
Oh,
very
wow.
different. All of us were sober. Yeah, which is very different. The rest were all drunk, for me and my man.
Oh, wow.
And the other women. Yeah. So this one we're all sober. So it was something that we were like very mindful and aware in. Yeah.
Yeah.
All of us. Yeah. So for us to do it to even that extent is like tells you a lot. Like, you know what I mean? This is
Yeah.
like something that we genuinely like, and something that genuinely does not rock our relationship
Yeah.
at all. So yeah, I'm grateful that I have the person that I have. I'm super grateful that I'm able to have these threesome experiences with him, and continue to be in a very loving, healthy relationship. Yes, they can be rocky afterwards, and that's more of just depends on how you guys manage what's the issue. Like when I had the issue with what had happened at that other time, that it was a bad experience. It was just my man was taking turns, and when he was with the other girl, she pulled him closer, and I didn't like how close they were, like face to face.
Yeah.
It felt personal for me, and as soon as I felt like, that's too personal. Like it's not even how close you are, like physically. It's just the way she was grabbing him and the way she was caressing the back of his neck, and like I wasn't involved in it in that moment because she was trying to distract fully, like if they were
Yeah.
there. So and I caught it because I wasn't that drunk. I was high. I like to smoke, so I just like if I can smoke more than drink, I'm definitely gonna be more high. So, anyways, I was more high, so I
Yeah.
was aware. And I just peeped it, and I like immediately took grab my man and like, you're like I just kind of like scratched his thigh and was like, that was my his cue, like, hey, back up. And he backed up real quick, and he switched positions, but I was already pissed off, and I was like calling him. It was bad. I ended up getting upset. We finished it. He
Yeah.
still came, he came, and we finished, but I was upset about it. And It didn't break us up though.
So it wasn't something that, like, you guys, like, fought about in the moment or you told her anything in the moment?
No, I never made her feel bad or anything about it.
Oh,
I didn't
okay.
make her feel
That's
bad or anything about it, but we're not friends. I ended up having him we unfollowed her after shortly after.
yeah.
Um, yeah.
That's one thing I wanted to ask
Yeah.
you, right, is, um, let's just say you and your man have a threesome with
Yeah.
somebody and you guys both follow her on Instagram. Is that somebody that you're gonna continue to follow, or once you have the threesome, you
Mm,
guys just block that off?
so none of the girls that we've ever had a threesome with did my man ever follow.
Oh, okay.
Mm, I don't know if I'd be okay with my man having a threesome with us having a threesome with someone that he's recommending.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just doesn't sound right.
I feel like even for me too, because I personally I'm not well, at least as of right now, I wouldn't be okay with him picking and choosing the person. Like I
Yeah.
feel like I don't know, for me, I feel like that would be my job. Like, oh, I do it. But
Yeah.
I definitely do. I feel like I do things differently than because I've had threesomes before too.
Mhm.
I haven't had one with my man yet, just because I feel like we would have by now. But I got pregnant very quickly into our relationship,
Mhm.
and that's one thing I was uncomfortable doing is I didn't want to
Yeah.
have a threesome while I was pregnant.
Pregnant.
Just because um
Sober.
I can't think. Yes,
Mhm.
That's why I
Mhm.
was like crazy to hear that you did it sober the last time. Maybe I could eventually do it sober,
Mhm.
but I couldn't be pregnant and sober and do it and pregnant because
I
like
did.
I'm very what pregnant.
Mhm.
I give you props for that because me I'm very insecure when I'm pregnant.
Mhm.
Don't get me
I'm
wrong.
not.
No, don't get
Mhm.
me wrong. This time around, this pregnancy was probably the most I felt good.
Yeah, you look
Like I
beautiful.
actually like,
Yeah, I've never really seen you pregnant. You look beautiful.
but sexually, like I feel like I even struggled, like, kind of like
Mm.
having sex with him a little
Mhm.
bit. Not struggle having sex, but we had sex all the time, every day. But I had a really high sex drive within my whole pregnancy, after my pregnancy, before, so that was great. But I was still very super shy when I was pregnant.
Yeah.
I don't know. I
Yeah.
don't know
I
why.
mean, it's
So
yeah. It's like
yes,
the belly's big and
yes.
yeah,
So
yeah,
I
no.
felt like I wouldn't be able to be at my full like
Mhm.
I don't know.
And we're not. We're not. No matter what, like we're out of breath, out of energy. Like it's just we're not. Yeah.
Yeah, I just feel like so I feel like we definitely would have by now,
Mhm.
but it's just my pregnancy I was not, and then again I'm freaking 8 weeks postpartum. So
Yeah.
well now I'm 8 weeks postpartum, but yeah, I feel like for me like I don't think as of like right now I wouldn't let him like pick the person. I feel like that would be like more
Yeah.
like,
You got to make sure like yeah.
um my job. And again, I've done quite a bit of like threesomes obviously with my ex-wife, with Tay and like all that. Like I've
And do
done
you
it quite
pick
a
the
bit.
girls normally or did they
Well,
so that they were girls?
no,
Oh, like just
it was kind of versatile. I think that's how
oh,
you
I
say it.
see. Okay.
Just for some fact, I think it was different because we were girls.
Yeah. For
And
sure. That sounds fun.
so yeah, I was kind of both because I know Tay, like she would kind of like bring in like a lot of girls, and I was always like, okay,
Mm.
because we were like more open. And then obviously like even with Amanda when we had them, like the first time it was one of my friends and it wasn't planned.
Oh
None of
wow.
my threesomes were
Yeah.
planned. So like
Oh, I
it was
see.
nothing that was talked about before. It was something
Mm.
that asked. Like I never reached out to somebody like, oh hey, come have a threesome with me,
Yeah.
girl. That's never been a thing. It was just more of like it. We were either like at the club, we came home and we're like, oh hey, let's just have a threesome with this
Yeah,
girl.
like yeah.
It kind
Mhm.
of just happened. I
Yeah.
never planned one.
Yeah.
Um, every single one was just I didn't know it was happening probably until like right when it was happening.
Yeah.
Or like if I was at the club and Tay was at a different club, she's like, "Hey, I'm bringing somebody home.
And you
Do you
already
want to come
know
home?
yeah.
I'm on my
Like you know
way."
what time
Or
it was.
yeah,
Yeah.
or it was like, honestly, I'm too fucking tired. I'm going home.
Mhm.
Like, and then you do you or whatever.
Yeah.
But that's one thing with that relationship. Me and Tay were very comfortable doing it separate and together. Like she
Oh
could be home.
wow. That's crazy.
There was a time where like even
Yeah.
we were in the same house and I was too tired. So
They
she
were
would be
just
in the
like, just
room and
go
have
ahead.
sex and I just go to sleep,
Yeah.
or vice
Mhm.
versa. Like I'd be in the room and she'd be knocked out. Like that's how
Mhm.
open we
Yeah,
were.
nope, yeah. Mhm.
Me and Amanda were like, obviously always together. And then the second threesome, she chose it was Mermaid Lex. It was her
Mhm.
friend. It was her best friend. So she
Mm.
wanted to with her. But it was unplanned. Like it's not like we planned it. It just
Yeah, just
happened.
like yeah.
And I was just like, oh, okay, like why not? And then that's when all
Yeah.
the other people
Oh,
joined in.
yeah.
So
Wow, what the That's
and
crazy.
then I'm not really so with my man, it's obviously a little bit harder
Mhm.
because I'm not into
Mhm.
like that whole party stage
Mhm.
anymore. So it's
True.
like I don't really
You
like
have to like plan it more.
Yeah,
with
like,
him a
I'd be
little bit
like,
more, yeah.
this time around, it would have to be more, like, a little bit planful because
Yeah.
it's not like I'm like, "Oh, like, we're going to a club
Yeah.
and, like, it's just gonna
Yeah.
happen," or
Yeah,
we're, like,
yep.
throwing parties the way that we
Yeah.
used to because we
Yeah.
don't, so it's like, it's not something that's just, like, naturally, like, right in front of
Yeah.
us, you get me?
Yeah.
So, that's crazy how you guys, like, plan to talk about, like, we talk about our boundaries and stuff too.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, you have to.
yeah, like, it's very few, but again, also, I won't know
Until you're in the
until
moment.
you're in
Yeah.
it. I never really had boundaries with anybody else. Like, it kinda just
You were super open with it. Yeah.
super open. With him, I have boundaries.
Yeah, for sure. No, me too. Like, I don't think I'm at the place where I can watch my man have sex without me,
Mhm,
like, involved.
mhm.
Um, for sure. Like, that's one thing. No, I know, like, no. And then I know, like, I don't want it to be someone he knows in the past. I don't want it to be, like, what else? Yeah. Yeah, for sure. There's definitely, because you're in love, you know what I mean? There's certain things you want to keep for yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? With your man. So, like, there's no back door. Like, there's for sure none of that. No back door. Like I said, no kissing.
Oh, that's your okay.
You know,
See,
like,
that one wouldn't be my boundary.
oh no, I
Like, I'd
like
be like, "Go ahead, I'll be right there watching."
no, like I'm just like, "Oh, I don't know about that. No, but like, yeah, like I mean, I did, and then I did do our second one. None of them were planned for us, except our last one.
Mhm.
We've only had four. Our second one, I was pregnant. It was with a mutual friend of mine. It was like not mutual, but it was actually a friend of
How
mine.
far along were you?
It was with Lizzie. Do you know Lizzie?
No.
Lizzie. Andrews, Lizzie. She would hang out with David, Lizzie.
I think I do know who you're talking about, actually.
Yeah, she has big old tits,
Yeah.
fake tits. She had
Okay.
braces.
Okay.
That was who
Oh,
we.
wow.
Yeah, so yeah, so spontaneous. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I felt so awkward after that. I was like, let's just unfollow. Well, she didn't follow
Yeah.
him, but I was like, oh, actually, yeah, she did follow my man. That's crazy.
Oh.
I remember thinking that was weird. Like, how do you follow her? And I remember
Yeah.
she had. They never actually knew each other, but they did
Yeah.
follow each other, and that's why I was like, oh, well, she's actually my friend. Like, well, I know her from the nightlife, you know.
Yeah.
So I ended up like inviting her out with us, and I was pregnant, and she knew, of course, whatever,
Yeah.
and I was sober, and it was weird, definitely. I just remember wanting it to be like, oh, like just make it quick. I remember telling my man like, I'm down. Then when like we're in the moment, I was like, hurry up, like hurry
I'm
up.
ready.
Yeah, like it wasn't that long. It lasted like 10 minutes or less. Like I
Oh,
think
wow.
probably 10 minutes. I don't know, probably less. It felt like a long time because I was sober, you
Yeah.
know, and stuff. So, but that was that. Yep, that was the partly. That was the second one. That was for the one pregnant, and then the last one was the best one. That one was a bit more planned, more talked about with the other person. So
Would you ever do it twice with the same person or,
yeah,
like yeah?
I think that would think that's better. Even though we did talk about it with this last person, it still did not end the best plan. Like my man was not able to like get hard like the whole entire time. Like there was things that were just like because my man's a very mental person, and he gets turned on easily by me, like you know. But and the idea of threesomes, of course, or like porn when we watch like threesome porn together and stuff like that. 'Cause sometimes we do, you know, to get like position ideas and stuff like that.
Yeah.
We don't care for the girls, and we don't really care for the moaning and all that. We just like the position ideas and this and that. So it was hard for him to get up, but I think because he was high. So
Yeah.
my man's not really a smoker. He just doesn't really smoke weed, but me and the other girl are like weed smokers. Mind you, we were not drinking alcohol. So my man took a hit, and I think he was just a little overthinking. So,
Yeah.
you know, but eventually we brought some toys in the mix. You know, my man got it super hard, and we finished it off strong and stuff like that. And I really did enjoy this last one because this woman in particular, she had more experience than us, so we were able to learn from her some of her tips and pointers. Like for example, like to make sure that he always starts the threesome with having sex with me, which is something that we didn't do in the other ones because I was the one that was like, oh, have fuck her first and then put it in me and da 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 da,
Yeah.
right? Or take a condom off, put a new one, put it in me, this and that.
Yeah.
Um, and so she, you know, I started to explain to this last girl like how I would feel and stuff like that. And so she kind of just told me like, see, no, you don't do it like that. So she basically gave me her tips. Said no, oh, he always has to start with you, and this and that. So we did we used those tips combined with the things that me and my men have already learned on our own experience, put it all into our first experience together, and
Mm.
it was very it was good. Like we understood each other very well,
Yeah.
and it was long. It was the longest. Like it was pretty long. Like, it was gapped out and long. Like there was times where we stopped and me and her massaged each other and played with each other, and then us three, and so forth and so forth. But yeah, it was useful. So my tips would be like that I think have helped us and not damaged our threesome experiences would be make sure that your man always starts with you, as if even if that means sucking on your titty first, putting his dick inside of you first, whatever the case is. um talk to your man before, um you guys know you're gonna go out and you guys are like this, or you guys know you're gonna actually go do it. Talk alone together without the other girl there, because that's important. What you guys want first, and then you can add her what she's okay with and what she wants. And because she might want this, but doesn't mean you as the girlfriend want. You know what I'm saying? So that's where
Yeah.
you guys all will eventually get to a good understanding. Unless it's super spontaneous, you're drunk, and most of the time, then you don't talk, right? You just
Yeah,
gotta
just
get into it,
goes.
right? But that's where you have to. That's why you have to have an understanding with your man. So if that happens and you're on a drunk one, you guys kind of already know what you already talked
Yeah.
about it beforehand. So there should, yeah, you're drunk, but it's like if you told him no, don't do it raw. Like you expect them drunk to know not to fucking put his dick in her raw,
Yeah.
right? So that's why you have to talk about it beforehand instead of like, yeah, let's have a threesome, and then you guys go out to the club, meet a girl, go have a threesome, and then he puts his dick in her raw because you never said not to do that. You get
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So it could be
Mhm.
messy. So always talk to your partner about your rules, what you're okay with, what kind of girls you're okay with having sex with, what so forth. Be clean, be super clean. It's very, very easy to catch something.
Yep.
So if you don't know the person, I recommend using a condom. Or if you're gonna try to go raw, I recommend having the person show you their like last appointment,
Get them
whatever.
to get tested beforehand.
Get tested before. It takes like a week to get your results. It takes a day to get tested, like 3 days to make an appointment. Planned Parenthood, go do that like ASAP. And if you don't plan on having one, but you're a freaky person, just go get it and go get your results. So when you're ready to have one, you have your little results in your phone. Like, all right, let's fuck. I'm clean.
I always say that, like, you don't wanna, fuck your whole life up for, like, an hour or
Oh
2 of pleasure.
no, 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 definitely not. And I'll end the threesome topic if you're okay with that, and
Mhm.
because I want to jump in with like being the whole STD topic, because in the stripping industry, in the sex work industry, there's a lot of that. There's a lot of all kinds of sex work. I know you've done some sex work in your past with mostly model, like camera work, right? You could call it sex work because it's OnlyFans, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So if you're talking about that,
Oh, yeah, yeah, of course.
okay.
Yeah, I'm open. I'm an open book.
Okay. So you're only a lot of people consider that like literally I just got some like fucking Karen was on my page. I don't know if you saw. She was like, "Oh, this woman talks about God but has OnlyFans." Like, "Oh
Oh.
God, lady, like get out of here." Anyway, but some people take that so serious. But anyways,
Yeah.
there's more than that. There's only there's sex work over the camera, sex work over a pole, sex work on the street, sex work in a hotel, house, etc. I've done pole sex work. I've actually never really done OnlyFans. I did it like twice, and me and my man got banned from putting a video together. Like we didn't do it the right way. So I guess like I wasn't supposed to put his face or something in it without like his permission, and like that was
They
enough for
they
it.
ch it used to not be like that. So
No way.
before you could kinda just have sex with whoever in your video and
Yeah.
you're fine, like, 'cause that's what I used to
Yeah.
do. I used to collab with other people, whatever. Now they make it to where either they have to have their own OnlyFans page with their and you have to, like, tag them and give them their whatever, or
Yeah.
if not and you're doing it with somebody, they have to sign a form and all that just to make sure that they're over the age of 18 and all that other stuff, and
Wow.
you need to yeah,
Yeah, that's what
they
happened.
got really strict.
Yeah, that's yeah. Hmm.
They got
That's
super
really
strict.
and that's why I'm like, oh my god. So yeah, we're literally banned. We can never get an OnlyFans. But yeah, that's whatever. I'm no shame. If I could have one, I would.
Yeah.
I am starting my stripper fans thing journey, but yeah.
Ooh.
It's like OnlyFans. You should try it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so pretty much with sex work, I feel like it's very easy to have sex for money. I don't knock none of that hustle down. I just feel like be clean, be smart about what you're doing. It's so important for like us as women or these women or whatever. That's not. I don't do that. I'm in a happy relationship. Now I'm in a happy relationship. I've been for a few years and stuff. So I'm not. That's not my lifestyle no more. But yep, I definitely have dabbled into that lifestyle. I've never sold myself on the street. I won't. I will not say that I did that because I did not do that.
Yeah.
Um, but I definitely did never believed in like free pussy. I never believed in free pussy either. I
Yeah.
mean, maybe at some point I did, as a younger teenager or like younger adults,
Yeah.
like or younger teenage adult, whatever, right? Because 19 is still fucking. We're like babies, dude. We were like
Yeah.
teen moms, so it's just like weird for
Yeah.
us. We're at 17D, we're at 21 already. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So yeah. So I do recommend like be careful. Like you said, literally 10 minutes of 1 hour is not worth the rest of your life catching something. I'm blessed that I never caught like HIV.
Yeah.
um STDs are curable, but don't play with your shit. They're you might not know you have when you're spreading something around.
Mhm.
Shit's gross. You'll never. Sometimes most men don't even know. Most men are the ones that don't have to
Yeah.
carry the symptoms less or some shit like that. But even then, a
Mhm.
lot of us women, we ignore the symptoms because we think they're other symptoms. Like, oh, we're itchy down there. Oh, we have this, or oh, we have like a pain over here on our side. It has nothing to do with down there. Like, just go get checked. Even if you
Mhm.
have one partner, I'm gonna be real, as a dancer, as a model, a video vixen, whatever, everything in the book, as a whatever you want to call it, as an escort. Um, Guys cheat. Married men that are like the most loving and loyal. I don't know how to explain it. Like, yeah, some people might even be like, oh, then that means you're a man. My man's not cheating, and I know because motherfuckers, I was that bitch that was like watching these men cheat and be like, what the fuck? There's no way. So I know every rule that my man can try to possibly try if he tries it, which he's not gonna try it. There's no point.
Yeah.
There's no point, especially when you've been a cheater and you've been cheated on. You get to a
Yeah.
place where you're like, hey, let's like, if you're gonna get to that point, break it off. Because if I know you're about to cheat on me, or you're that willing to, might as well just say, just I don't even. We're good, bud. Like, we're good, buddy. Like, I'll
Yeah.
take the heartbreak here where it's at right here. Then
Yeah.
all that drama and heartbreak with it, where you know what I'm saying. So
Yeah.
like, sorry.
No, you're fine.
So yeah. So like, no, no, no. But yeah, that's that. I feel like I don't judge a book by its cover. But then again, like I said, I've known men that are like just with that are either married or with not married, but just loyal to their girl, and their girl thinks like they're being with one guy, and that one guy is being with multiple women, and you know what I mean? That sucks when they take that back to that one girlfriend, and that she's like, "How the fuck did I get this?" And it's like, "Oh, well, obviously it was my man." And then they learn, "Oh, well, I've been being cheated on,"
Yeah.
and it sucks. And karma's real. I got my karma many times. My karma already came and went. The fuck, that bitch wasn't late on me. That bitch was not late. The fuck, but she's gone.
I got mines and I paid it in full.
And that's why we're here preaching to y'all. So listen to the preach. Listen to the preach.
Okay, so I'm so glad you came on.
Thank you for having me.
Of course, we're gonna do a part two for sure. Do you have any last words for anybody? Any last advice that you want to give to any moms, any sex
Mm,
workers, anything about any last advice that you want to say while ending out the video?
I mean, honestly, I guess my last words would be like, take what you feel in your gut feeling was hit you like hit home for you. Does that make sense? Take whatever that I said or that you heard today from this episode. Take whatever moment that hit you and you were like, whoa, like rewatch that and see why that felt like that for you, and see what lesson you need to learn, or was for you, is for you. I don't really like to be like, do this, do that, don't do this, don't do that, because I'm not here to like lecture anyone. I'm just here to share my experiences in my life. Um, I'm sure people will have like a lot of opinions, and I didn't even let out all the juice or all the tea because life is like my life's a life. Like, I don't even know if to say a movie because that doesn't
Yeah.
even top it. There's just so much, and I'm sure I'm not the only one. So I love that you're doing this podcast and letting people like me like you open up about our lives to share relatable shit, you know?
Yeah.
So take whatever lessons you feel spoke to you. That's my advice. And stay tuned for part 2.